Rotterdam Festival, hè?
No chat tonight. No chat. Good to go. Oh, come on now. Okay, looking good here. Looks like it's showing up good. Oops. Accept. Force feedback, come on.
Good. Good. Evening all. Hello, Ian. Sorry. All good.
In the hell?
Radio check.
Spotter, radio check.
Repeat, please.
Okay, for real this time.
Pit lane speed limit is 37 miles per hour.
Last thing I want to do is wreck one of y'all, so. That was good, man.
Watch your mirrors, there's a car approaching.
Across the white line.
Black flag. We'll need to come into the pits to serve the penalty.
Yep. I knew that was gonna happen.
Thanks, Rich.
There's traffic behind. Take care. Yellow flag. Watch out.
Your wings, then, shooter.
Ah, damn. Thank you for letting me know. I was wondering why I felt slower than you guys all of a sudden.
Yellow flag.
Cold tires, cold tires.
Thanks, Dave.
Has just done a 145.93.
Thank you. Dropped one too many wheels back there. What do y'all run the SPOs at?
I'm running positive 4. I'm weird.
-4.
Ah,
I hope that helps.
Nah.
Pretty well where I'm at, so.
Race, Jan.
There's a car behind. Take care. Rejoin him.
Let the car sit in pit. Use the apex. Not the turn, the apex. You understand me? Are you asking about it? Okay.
Stay with me, Luke.
what's the track temperature?
The track temp is now 67 Fahrenheit. The leader has just done a 145.10.
Shut up, on my left. Oh, you're fine. Thank you, though.
Luis, ¿antes estabas hablando conmigo?
Yo, a Ian que tenía delante, cuando salga uno de, averigüé en el chat, cuando salga uno de boxes hay que dejarlo usar, tiene que salir bien pegado a la derecha, pero no tiene prioridad el que viene atrás, lo irán a hablar en el briefing supongo.
Ah, es decir, pero a la derecha o a la izquierda, dirás a la izquierda, ¿no?
Cuando salís de boxes, el que viene saliendo tiene que pegarse bien a la derecha, pero no necesita esperar o dejar pasar al que viene en carro. No.
Ok, Luis, entiendo, perfecto, gracias, tío.
Sector 1 is 1.9
Lo van a
off the
decir en el
pace.
briefing, supongo.
Sí, vamos, que no hay que dejar preferencia, es decir, mientras no...
O sea, tiene preferencia, el que viene en carrera va a tener que salir de la línea ideal para
The
que
leader
dejar
has just
entrar al
done
que
a
viene de boxe.
145.00.
Pero el de boxe no se puede cruzar, tiene que mantenerlo.
Sorry, man. Sorry. That's alright. It was probably breaking too early for you.
Still my fault.
Okay, Luis, I understand. Thank you. Joe, you're making robot noise.
At 20th place.
Maybe you have a robot driver.
Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace. The leader has just done a 144.94. Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. Sector 2's a second off the pace.
Go up the inside here, sir. Think of them.
No problem.
P19, you're now 2.3 seconds off the leader's pace. Sector 1 is 0.42 off the pace. You're a second off the pace in Sector 2. Sector 3 is 0.9 off the pace.
I hope you're taking notes here, Walter. You might learn something.
Oh, I appreciate it, Paul. Max, you're blinking quite a bit.
The leader has just done a 144.82.
Sure thing, that wasn't 100% by choice.
Weatherman. Thanks, Max.
Sector 2 is 0.9 off the pace. Yellow flag, caution. B16, good lap. That's your quickest today. That puts you 2.1 seconds off the pace. That was a 146.90.
Sorry, Jason.
Stay still. Yep.
The guy ahead has just done a 146.77.
Are you doing?
Sector 2 is 0.27 off the pace. Yellow flag, watch out.
Sorry, Walter. Oh, Rich, sorry about that. I tried to hit that gap for the apex and I missed and clipped you.
13th place. That's your fastest lap today. You're currently 1.3 seconds off the pace. Sector 1 is 0.43 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.27 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace. That lap was at 146.11.
Car left, clear left.
The guy behind has just done a 146.15.
Pitting out.
Sector 2 is 1.4 off the pace.
Sorry, Pete, I tried to stay in and give you plenty of room. Not that it mattered.
Sector 1 is 0.27 off the pace. Sector 2 is 1.4 seconds off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace. You've just done a 147.01.
Right side, clear right.
Sorry, Max.
The car ahead has just done a 146.10.
So, Jason, the rule is coming out of the pit, stay all the way to the inside, all the way around the turn, right?
Clear left.
You need to slow down a bit if you
That
don't
is
want a
correct,
penalty.
Yeah, so I wonder, which way,
Hi, Jonathan.
Jonathan, I think you had the corner or I had the corner?
Just making sure that I know the rules. I'm not calling anyone out or getting into it in the race room because I don't want to get in any more trouble this season, so it's all good.
But, yeah, I think that was a 50-50.
Okay, since I want to talk about it, no, the rule I just asked is to stay on the inside all the way around the corner. So if I come out of the pit, I'm on the inside with the right side tires on the curb and I get hit, that's not my fault.
I'm sorry, I thought you were just talking about the little end of the edge.
Left side, clear left.
Other guys on the entry.
Do you have to yield when you're coming out of the pit?
14th. Okay, Scott, you've got half your fuel left.
Never mind, man, never mind.
No, to answer the question, you don't need to yield coming out of the pit, but you need to keep as tight of a line as possible on the right turn.
Dude, you can't just park in the pit lane, Mike. Come on.
Sorry, I got a technical problem. Two dozen.
Okay. No problem.
Sector 1 is 0.36 off the pace.
Pretty aware of the rules.
Alright, just let me know. Just park your pit. Right on the edge.
Far left, clear left.
Sorry, Steve.
I'm sure they'll make this clear in the meeting, but what you have to is the car that is exiting the pit has to stay to the inside all the way around that corner, and any cars that are approaching from behind have to give way to that car.
Hey, any rules on pit entry?
Just don't hit the person who's not pitting.
Mic check, mic check. Mic check. Okay, check, okay, check. Thanks. Sorry, I had my voice was off before. If anyone was complaining about my obnoxious driving.
What's the track temperature?
The track temperature is now 67 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, what we are
The
going to
leader's
have
just
on
done a
pit entry is
144.74.
we are
There's a
asking
car
people
approaching.
not
Don't
to
cross the
ask
white
others
line. Watch your
whether they're going
mirrors.
to pit or not. We don't want to force people to reveal their pit strategy.
Thanks. Copy that.
Nice overtake, Jonathan.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Pass left. Pass left, Jeff.
On your left. Clear left.
Last hairpin, the second gear or first gear?
Yellow flag, caution.
That hairpin can be an
P50.
overtaking opportunity, but it's pretty hard to get a run there, and it's pretty easy to accidentally dive bomb, so you just have to be really careful.
Mic check.
Sector 1 is 1.3 seconds off the pace.
Does that make bow res?
Having a few issues with wheels around.
Is this considered like the sketchiest pit exit in the service? No, that would be Donington.
Still a balance
Sector
to
2
the back
is
too.
2.3 off the pace.
That one's pretty rough.
I don't like 5. Hey Peter, you have a bend rear wing, just so you know.
Oh, sorry, Peter.
Might be more bent now.
You were just trying to bend it back into place.
I was staring at it pretty hard after Jeffrey said that. I was trying to practice my pit entry.
I'm glad I'm having these issues tonight, not last night.
Sixteenth place. Yellow flag.
Sorry, Chris.
Thank you.
Sorry, man.
20 minutes remaining, you've got 20 minutes left. Be 18. Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Zolder, those are the best.
Go ahead, Jack. Go ahead, Jack.
Sector 2 is 1.3 seconds off the pace.
What was that, Tim? I couldn't quite understand.
Sorry, that was a nice overtake.
Oh, thank you.
You okay, Pete?
V19. That lap was a 147.07. The guy behind has just done a 146.14.
Okay.
Sector 1 is 0.5 off the pace. Yellow flag.
Heading out. Is that a new paint scheme, Chris?
Yes, it is. Finally got my own. Sorry, Judah.
All good. I was up. Should have known you were gonna swing left.
I like it. It's very simple, AV.
Alright, Jeff.
Oh, left.
Sector 2 is 1.5 seconds off the pace.
Thank you. Well, it was 3 wide, so you gotta leave a little extra room there.
P20, you're currently 2.4 seconds off the pace. Sector 1 is 0.5 off the pace. Sector 2 is 1.5 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.37 off the pace. You've just done a 147.12.
That black flag he's on?
I don't know, we'll find out.
Sector 2 is 0.8 off the pace. Okay, Scott, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes. Sector 1 is 0.26 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.8 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.44 off the pace.
Still on fairly cold tires here, Paul, so if you get a run away.
Nah, you give me a touch, Slim. Not the quickest bit.
Did I cut you off, Oliver, or did you have room?
I couldn't hear you, Oliver. Yeah, it seems like Mike's not working.
So real quick, first of all, hi everybody. Hopefully everyone got a chance to read the driver's meeting notes for this week. We'll cover this again in the driver's meeting, but I wanted to call these 2 things out while you still have time to practice. The first one is the pit entrance. We had a couple collisions on pit entry in our practice races, and we also had collisions at Montreal, which has a very similar situation there, where the pit entrance is full bore for those pitting on the back straight, but if you're facing somebody who's braking for that chicane, then that could be problematic. So the moral of the story there is if you're behind somebody and you intend to pit, you've got to assume that they're going to be making that turn. Don't assume that they're pitting, so that you don't run them through. The second order of business is the pit exit. As you know, the pit exit and the apex of turn 2 meet at the exact same place.
22,
so
now
the stance that we took last season and that we'll be taking this season is cars exiting the pit have the right to the apex, but that comes with a caveat. You need to keep your car as tight as possible around the apex. Do not go wide unless and until you can confirm that oncoming traffic is either not there or is going wide themselves. And oncoming traffic, you need to yield the apex to any cars coming out of the pit.
You're 2/10 off the pace in sector 1.
Hot touch.
I didn't catch all that, Nelson.
I think I accidentally touched Carter.
All good now.
Sorry, Rich.
Oh, we almost did it, Ruben, almost.
Okay, Scott, there's a car exiting the pits, heads up. That's your quickest lap. Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Could I ask a rule question?
Yeah, absolutely. What's up?
So I haven't done one of these tracks with you guys yet that has the like off-track opportunities, if you will. So what's the like policy on those?
You mean exploiting track limits?
10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Yeah, where you can like cut the corners a bit, not get a corner cut penalty, just the off-track penalty, and like pick up a penalty in there, like spa kind of stuff.
So we generally discourage it, and my guess is you're asking about the second turn to the second chicane.
Yes.
10 minutes remaining, 10 minutes.
So last season we tried to police that. We really haven't, the stewards really haven't discussed it this season, just because we generally try not to police corners at all, but tracks like Spa, we've had to do it. But that corner here at this track is particularly difficult because it's so difficult to tell between what's just a really good take through the corner versus an off-track versus an off-track that should have been a slowdown. So I don't know if Don or Walter have any particularly strong feelings about it. I would prefer to not try to police it. I think the damage that it does to your car is probably penalty enough.
So that makes sense. I'm down. I mean, I don't hit it intentionally.
That puts you 1.8 off the leader's pace. Sector 1 is 0.27 off the pace. Sector 2 is a second off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.5 off the pace. You've just done a 146.55.
Yeah, stewards, what say you?
Kyle, if you stay behind me, you're gonna be okay.
I think I can do that. Think of it to be behind a lot easier.
Yeah, I'll plan on watching just that corner, fast forward on a replay, and I'll just take note of when people use too much track. If that seems to be your line, you'll probably take action.
Right.
But if you just go over and get an off track incidentally, you'll probably ignore it.
Which car is that? Sorry.
This is the second turn, the second turn to the second chicane. It's that right. You can cut that pretty well for a pretty hefty advantage.
Sector 2 is 1.7 off the pace.
I feel like the first one on the last chicane you can as well. But I'm like literally multiple tenths off on all these chicanes compared to the fast guys. So I'm in my own little world.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't personally experienced what I think would be an unfair cut through either turn of the last chicane. So as far as I'm concerned, whatever's there is fair game. It's that second chicane that definitely has an opportunity for exploitation. But I totally agree with Walter.
You're currently
If
2.3
you have a
seconds
couple that
off
are
the
just
leader's pace.
incidental,
Yellow flag.
that's
Watch out.
fine.
Sector
But
1 is
if we see
0.30
you
off
make
the
a habit
pace.
of it,
Sector 2
or
is
if you're
1.7 off
employing
the
that
pace.
in
Sector 3 is
strategic scenarios,
0.35 off the pace. Your lap time
then
was
we might
147.09.
stock a point or assign a cat or some combination.
It's protestable. Strongly on in the past is exploiting the track, getting an off track in a way that breaks the track for someone who is managing to keep up the gift.
For sure, and like Don said, if you're behind somebody and they use that to drop you, that is absolutely protestable.
For the most part, these sausage cars are hard enough that they'll mess up your car a little bit.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's, at least in my experience, I'm running this 0 SPO, so for me, I can probably do that 2 or 3 times, and then my car is so horked that I'm bleeding time everywhere else.
And that's the first right-hander, right?
Yeah, it's the first right to the second chicane.
Cool, cool. Alright, I wanted to make sure I wasn't like accidentally doing it or something like that. You do get an off track though, right?
Yeah, you definitely get an off track, and if you go far enough, it'll actually give you a slowdown. And I should clarify that it's technically not the first right to the second chicane. The entrance to the chicane is a right, and then a left, and then, gosh, maybe it's... Walter, Don, help me out here. I might have this mixed up in my head.
Yeah, it goes right, left, right.
Still there. Clear left.
P19. That's your quickest lap in this session. That puts you 1.3 seconds off
I'm
the pace.
just going to park my car there.
Sector 1. Sector 2
both
is
the right and the
0.6
left are,
off the
just
pace.
because
Sector
neither
3
of
is
them really
0.5 off the pace.
break
Your
your
lap
wing.
time was at 146.03.
Yeah, but I'm heading out now, and I'll park my car there.
That's in that corner, so it's fine, right?
Okay, Scott.
You're gonna put your car just right, so if we hit you, then we did it wrong.
That's not a bad idea.
That's 5 minutes
Yeah, I'm
to
like
go.
curious,
5
so I'm
minutes.
heading out there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when my race inevitably goes sideways and off the rails, I'll just park it there for the rest of the race.
Well, that seems dangerous. This isn't Formula 1.
It's worth watching.
Sector 2 is 0.9 off the pace.
So it's my bad. It's the first left through the chicane.
Alright, I gotta slow down there, so at least there's enforcement that bad.
Yeah, they're definitely a little soft on the
Sector
slowdown.
1 is 0.5 off the pace. Sector 2
but
is
just so everybody
0.9 off
knows,
the pace. Sector 3 is
the exit
0.44 off
of
the
the
pace.
chicane,
That was 146.61. We're running on fumes, mate. Hit this lap. In this lap.
Fitting in, fitting
Yellow
in.
flag. Keep your wits about you, mate.
Good.
Sorry about that, man.
Ian, have you got your pronunciation on turn 8 down?
Sector 2 is 2.1 seconds off the pace.
It's a mouthful. You're blinking pretty good.
Pit stop, 2 gallons.
Acknowledged. Watch your speed. Box in 920 feet. Box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
You didn't see that.
There's a car approaching. Don't cross the white line.
Just kidding, everything's fine.
Wow, this is a big grid today.
Checkered flags out, B19. That's the end of the session, P19.
Come on, come on.
Very long qualification today.
Pit lane speed limit is 37 miles per hour. All clear on pit exit. You can push now. Okay, Scott, we've got 4 laps to get the job done. 10th position. That lap was a 147.48. The leader's just done a 145.69. The leader has just done a 145.56. P19, you're now 1.2 seconds off the pace. That lap time was 146.77. The guy behind has just done a 148.00. The guy ahead has just done a 146.72. The leader has just done a 145.42. P21, that last lap was a 146.78. The leader has just done a 145.14. just done at 145.01.
I'm so stupid. I forgot that I'll hold up. I did two like in official. I did two and stop.
That's the end of the session, B26.
All right, guys, give me just one second. We'll get the driver's meeting started. Please don't grid until the driver's meeting is over.
Eesh.
All right, can everybody hear me?
Copy.
All right, so a couple people do have black flags to serve this race. They're both drive-throughs. They're not stop and goes. Please do not start from the pits. So please wait at least one lap before you serve your penalties, and make sure that you serve them within 3 laps. Otherwise, you'll be automatically disqualified. It's also very advisable that you clear all services before you enter pit lane. That means your fuel, your tires, everything. Otherwise, you risk having the system increase your penalty. So we discussed in practice the apex of turn 2. The pit dumps right out onto turn 2, the apex, and actually that's a pretty high-speed corner for cars that are coming around. We did have a little bit of an issue last season, but we're gonna try the same approach. We think that there was some miscommunication, lack of clarity, and frankly, just people not listening to the driver's meeting. So hopefully that's fixed. But traffic that is coming out of the pits, if there is approaching traffic on the track, you are required to take the apex and stay on the apex. Well, not stay, don't park it, but keep a tight line as possible while oncoming traffic comes through. And similarly, oncoming traffic, you are required to yield the apex to any cars that are coming out of the pits. Pit entry. Just like with Montreal, like I said in practice, we had a couple incidents both at Montreal last season. I believe we had some incidents on pit entry at this track last season, and of course at our practice races earlier this week. If you're pitting, don't assume that the car in front of you is pitting as well, because if they're not, they're going to hard brake for that left turn in that last chicane, and you guys are going to make babies, so please don't do that. What else? EQT is 1 minute 49 flat. So what that means is you have to have achieved that time on a lap that was either part of a public race session or in one of our sanctioned practice sessions, so either Wednesday night or Friday night. We have a couple new folks. One of the things that we find new members struggle with the most is sort of a shift in mentality here. So our race is 40 minutes. There's a mandatory pit stop. This is not like a public race where you have, 25 minutes-ish to execute your strategy and win the race. You have quite a bit more time here, so there's less urgency. By the same token, we race with each other week in and week out. So please be as respectful as possible of the time that you've put into practicing for this race and the time that others have put in to practicing for this race. First chicane. We don't do no passing zones. That's just not really a thing. At the end of the day, we're racing. But that doesn't necessarily mean that some moves are less wise than others. There's probably a time and a place for putting somebody to a tough decision through that chicane. But we do ask that if you decide to overtake there, or if you're considering it, please seriously consider that and other life choices you've been making recently. In most cases, that's probably going to do more harm to yourself and the other driver than good. The time lost in doing so is what will probably create a larger gap between you and the pack in front and a smaller gap between you and the pack behind. That said, there's certainly a time and place for everything, so at the end of the day, it really is up to you. You're not going to be penalized for doing it, but it's very difficult to do it safely, and you will be penalized for doing it unsafely. Significant overlap. There are probably a few opportunities on this track for a dive bomb. We frown heavily on dive bombs. Significant overlap just means that you need to have overlap with the car that you're overtaking before turn-in order for a pass to not be considered a dive bomb. So overlap is defined as your front wheel overlapping the rear wheel or rear axle of the car ahead. Really what that boils down to is if you get a spotter message, then you have overlap. If you don't get a spotter message before turn-in, then you didn't have overlap and you're required to back out of the pass attempt. Dive bombs that result in any kind of incident whatsoever are penalized as a Cat 3, which comes with a black flag at your next race. So please don't do that. What else? Don, Walter, Jeffrey, am I forgetting anything?
Just socially distance and wear your mask.
Peter?
Yes. For the love of God, please.
Yeah, I just want to call attention to, we have 46 drivers today.
Yeah, I'm okay with, so normally what Walter's referring to is we normally cap it at 45 drivers, and so we go off of qualifying order, but unless anybody else objects, I'm fine with having 46 on the grid.
Sounds good to me.
Safety priority.
One thing I would like to also say is because we've got so many drivers, be cognizant of blue flags. Blue flags are not a suggestion; they are a mandatory let the guys through. But I know you can usually say something about that, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like Ian said, blue flags are instructional, not informational. So if you receive a blue flag with lapping traffic coming up behind you, you are required to facilitate a pass, or at the very least not make it difficult to pass. Again, for new members, what that really boils down to is your blue flag is given, I believe, when you're within a second and a half. What we want to see happen is by the time that there's contact, which is 1 second, that's when the draft begins, that you're making plans for letting the drivers behind by. If you yield a corner to lapping traffic or do anything that indicates that you're yielding the corner, such as pulling off the line and slowing down, then it is absolutely critical that you make sure that you yield the corner. We've had a number of situations in the past where people have acted like they were going to yield the corner, and then they met at the apex with the lapping traffic, and bad stuff ensued. Give me 1 second. I'm going to extend the gridding time here.
While he's doing that, I'll say in the first chicane, if you think you're going to lose the back end on entry, you can bail out of that corner across the grass, and you'll get a slowdown, but it's probably better than wrecking. So just something to consider.
So getting back to the blue flags real quick, just if you yield a corner, make sure that you yield it, and make sure that you yield it to everybody who's coming up. So if you have, say, positions 1, 2, and 3 are coming up behind you, don't just let positions 1 and 2 by and then reclaim your line and cut position 3 off, because that will cause them to lose contact with the cars ahead, and if they're coordinating with a draft, then position 3 will never catch them again. So when you let people by, make sure that you let the entire group by. Don't park your car anywhere on the track. That tends to give off yellow flags to other drivers. Also be very careful with re-entries. If you wipe out, if you're coming back onto the track, make sure that you do so parallel to the racing line and only after any oncoming traffic has passed. Bad news is once you loop it and you're off the track, you're not as important as the people that are still there. They're still on the track. To Jeff's point, through the first chicane, if you feel like you're going to lose it, he's absolutely correct. If you try to save it, you risk doing a lot of damage to your car. You risk spinning out. You risk hitting the wall. The slowdown penalty you get for just aborting it and going straight through it is much less severe than options B, C, D, and E. So just make good choices there. Any questions?
Yes, Jason, if I yield because I'm being lapped and the guy I'm racing that's behind me, he passes me because of my yield, should he give back the position?
Yeah, that's a tricky one. I've thought a lot about that. That really boils down to good sportsmanship. I'm hesitant to set a hard and fast rule without talking to the other officials and the stewards. But to Oliver's point, if you're racing somebody and you're a lap or more down, and the person that you're racing lets traffic through, it really is pretty poor form to take advantage of that and claim a position. All right, 1 minute.
Pit stop, clear tires.
Okay.
Pit stop, clear fuel.
I didn't catch that.
Pit stop, clear fuel.
Understood.
Driver's meeting, extra long.
The air temp is 65 Fahrenheit, B26. Okay, Scott, let's get this right. No fuck-ups. Go, go, go.
Left side, 3 wide, you're in the middle. Hold your line. Clear left. Clear all round.
A million cars out here.
Right side. Clear right.
Uh-oh, JR's behind me. God damn it.
Car left, clear left.
There's a big mess in the first chicane. There's an incident in the second chicane. It looks like arcs. Yellow flag. Watch out.
Car right, clear right. Car right, clear right.
There's an incident in X-Box. Incident in the hairpin. Looks like it's Hartley.
God damn it.
Pit lane speed limit is 37 miles per hour.
Pit stop,
We'll
clear
need to stop
fuel.
again. Understood.
Pit stop, clear tires.
Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now. Pit exit's clear. There's an incident in turn 1. You think it might be? Do it. The leader's just done a 145.78. B34.
Slow down.
Incident in turn 1. Looks like it's Laurel. B33. Okay, Scott, we'll need to pit for fuel 28 minutes into the race.
Alright. Don, you alright, or do you have damage? No idea. You seem down.
Love the paint, Kyle.
B34, your lap time was 1:47.09.
Count. After the corner.
I'm staying left on the front straight, leaders.
There's an incident in Big Spot.
Come left.
B33, that lap time was 1:46.50. Sector 1 is 0.6 off the pace.
I'm staying left, you guys all come through.
The leader has just done a 1:45.00.
On your right. Clear right. Left side. Clear left.
Sorry, Daniel, I thought you were leaving
On
me
your
alone.
left. Clear left.
Fast left one.
I'm staying inside, Dan.
Okay. Continue.
Robert, can you go by you?
There's an incident in Xbox. Yellow flag, caution. Worrell, ahead is pitting. You've got half your fuel left.
Pit stop, clear tires.
Acknowledged. There's an incident in turn 1. Okay, Scott, the next car is Wood.
Pit stop, fuel to the end.
We think we'll need to stop again, B29. But that was at 147.03. Incident in the first chicane. We think it might be Butler.
Adam,
The
you
car in
can
front of
slow
us is
down
now
just that
Lee.
first chicane.
No.
Got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Jonathan, on my left, on my left.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're blinking just a little bit, Linville, not awful.
You guys got through
There's
the
an incident in
screen.
Xbox.
back out
Looks
here.
like Bachelor. The leader has just done a 144.71.
See you, Ribbon, still.
front straight, Lewis, okay? Distance come front straight.
Incident in Xbox.
Mike on my left, on my left.
Right, the guy ahead of us is Parks.
Robert, I'll follow you and we can let the garage through. With a lie, I can do it.
Getting out.
Sorry, Lewis. Are you trying to clear a penalty? Stand right.
Okay, Scott, the next car is Lee.
Thanks, Sammy.
Keep it nice and smooth. Come on, let the race come to us. That's 20 minutes to go. That's half distance. We think about 5 minutes of fuel left.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid that.
There's an incident in Xbox.
Pit stop, fuel to the end.
Watch your speed.
Robert, I'll give this spot back. I wasn't trying to follow him into last year.
890 feet. We'll need to stop again.
That was just an awkward place to slow.
Box in 5, 4, 3,
Go, Edwin.
2, 1.
Bill, I'm
Box
gonna
now.
pit. I'm gonna pit, Bill.
Thank you. Sorry, Mike.
Pitting out.
Brown moment.
Pitting, pitting, pitting.
There's a car approaching. Watch your mirrors. Stay behind the white line. The guy in front is Laurel.
Nelson, can I get you before the chicane?
Yeah, I'll be inside of.
There's an incident in the second chicane.
Sorry about that.
Fitting out.
B34. Looks like P1 has gone off in Xbox.
Pitting in, pitting.
V33.
Chris, I'm backing off here so you and Jason can go.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Sir.
Hitting. Hitting.
Looks like the leader has gone off in X-boxed. The leader is pitting now.
Pit. Go ahead, pit.
Hitting out.
Get out. Get out.
Pitting out.
Worrell in front is pitting. There's a car leaving the pit lane. 15 minutes left. Incident in turn 1. It looks like Lee Bridges is reeling you in. The gap's now 9.3. V31. Sector 1 is 0.7 off the pace. Sector 2 is 1.3 seconds off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.8 off the pace. Okay, Scott, the next car is Lee.
Regular on the straight, on the straight.
Coming out of pits.
You're reeling Lee in. The gap is now 4.8 seconds. There's an incident in X-boxed. We think it might be Bridges, V32. Fucking hell, get your head down. Bridges, behind is pitting.
Speed on my left, on my left.
That's right now.
There's an incident in X-boxed.
Sorry about that, Max.
Max, you're blinking quite a lot.
Go ahead, bud.
Okay, Scott, there's a car exiting the pits, heads up. B32. Incident in turn 1, looks like it's Butler, the guy in front is Stewart.
Go ahead, Edwin.
Thank you.
You've got 10 minutes left, 10 minutes to go. Okay, Scott, keep it nice and smooth. Come on, let the race come to us. The car ahead is Lee. There's an incident in turn 1. B31. The lap time was at 1:46.51.
On your right. Clear right. Car left. Clear left.
Brilliant. Nice one.
On your right.
There's an incident in Big Spock.
Clear right.
Thank you.
Well done, Scott. Great move. Keep it up.
Sorry about that. Whoa!
B29. You've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Go ahead, Doug, I'm damaged.
One gallon remaining.
I'll keep on my left. I'll keep on my left.
I'm staying right.
The gap to behind is now 2.9 seconds.
Thank you.
B28, you've just done a 147.24. Sector 1 is 0.6 off the pace. Sector 2 is 1.3 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.7 off the pace.
Fitting in.
Don't worry about the blue flag, Daniel. Keep going.
Okay, Scott, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
I'm staying inside.
Staying out.
We practiced that, Jeffrey. Go ahead, Judah.
Thank you so much.
On your left. Clear left.
The leader's just done a 144.56.
Line.
Push, 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 we can get this guy.
All right.
Here comes Herrera to take my lunch money. Pass left.
There's an incident in the hairpin, blue flag.
Thanks.
Paul, stay right.
Incident in X-Box. Five minutes of fuel remaining, 5 minutes. B26.
Go for it, Ruben.
That's right, that's right.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go. Incident in Xbox.
Left side.
Can you do it here,
Hold your line. Clear left.
Oh no, Scott. Come
Go
on,
off
mate,
to
defend
right.
your position. B27, white flag, one more lap. That lap was at 146 and 6.2. Very little fuel left.
Keep the right.
If you want to go, you can go. I'm saving fuel.
Thanks, I'll stay put. I don't want to get in between anybody.
Blue flag. B27, okay, it's over.
That's fine. Out of fuel.
Thanks, sir.
Nice race, everyone.